jump on here. The time is 9 p.m. Central. So how many of you are still awake? Just gonna go through some of my comments here on my last couple of videos, if I can bring them up. Just finished editing and stuff, and we've been seeing a surge in subscribers again. That is awesome. Welcome to all you new people. It seems every winter time is when my channel experiences the most growth and my views go up. As soon as the snow falls, you guys really like to see me stranded in the snow, I've noticed, every year. So, one good thing about winter. Hey guys. So I was gonna go through some comments here. Why not? So I just released a video a couple hours ago called Home Time Hangout. It was just me changing the tires on the wife's vehicle and us sitting in the living room there, just sort of talking about the 20-week pregnancy. We can take a look at some of the comments we have on this video here and see if I can respond to you. Hey guys, I see all your comments going up my screen here now. How's it going? Richard says, we're here for the baby. Awesome. So am I. He looks like me. Or she. She looks like me. We got the 20-week ultrasound picture. I posted it on my Facebook today. He's got my little chin. Underneath his beard, I got this little chin, and I got this nose. And it's like exactly my profile. It looks like it's gonna look like me. We'll see. It's only halfway there, so it's got some time to change yet. Yeah. So, on the video that was released today, Jade says, crazy this is actually happening for you guys. Happy for you. Thanks, Jade. We need to come down and visit again sometime. It's harder and harder to get away from home nowadays. I used to go traveling down to like California or wherever, Florida, every year, right? Back in the day, things have gotten changed. They've changed. I think life's gotten more expensive, but we're trying to get down there to visit. Josh Bryant, thank you. I want to see you put a $5 Canadian in the dryer. Okay. Okay. Next time I'm at home, I'll get a $5 bill. That's courtesy of Josh Bryant. Because in Canada we have this plastic money, right? I don't have any with me to show you right now. I don't carry any cash in the truck. But we have plastic money, right? And it's impossible to rip. It's almost impossible to destroy. It's very hard to copy. You can't just print it because it's plastic, right? And apparently the only way to destroy it is by putting it in the dryer and it like shrivels up. But I've never actually tried it. But now, thanks to Josh Bryant, we're gonna give that a shot next time I'm at home. Remind me next time I go home. That'll be fun. Did I send the cold weather down to Alabama? I sent it everywhere, in every direction. Anywhere but here. I said get out of here. I don't care which way it goes. Alright, so here on the video from today, Mason Plot said, congratulations on the baby progress. I've had that same thing done too. You'll have just an itchy throat. Don't worry. I'm getting an endoscopy. They have to check out inside my stomach in a couple of weeks. I'm still trying to figure out what that lump feeling is in my back, my lower back. It feels like maybe related to my intestines. Can't really figure it out. Honestly, I feel like it's nothing, and I'd sort of, I don't want to go through with this procedure, to be honest. It freaks me out, because I asked them, well, what are the chances of something going wrong with this endoscopy? It's where they stick like a camera down your throat and look around in your stomach and stuff. And they're like, oh, there's only a 1 in 2,000 chance that something goes wrong and we damage something on inside there. Like 1 in 2,000? Like there's 35 million people in Canada. There's like 450 million people on this continent, and there's 6, 7, 8, whatever billion people on this planet. 1 in 2,000 is that's pretty common. I mean, how many of these endoscopies do you think are done every day around the world? Hundreds of thousands, maybe? Tens of thousands at least? So 1 in 2,000, that's a pretty high chance that they're gonna damage something. Freak me out. Plus they gotta put me on all kinds of drugs. I'm gonna be loopy. We'll see if maybe I'll give Britt the GoPro and she can get some vlog footage for me after I come out of there. She has to drive me home. I can't even drive home after, so that should be funny. Tune in for that in a couple of weeks. I don't get to do drugs, so I get tested all the time. Just keep my job. I have random drug tests. Sometimes sometimes it's every couple of years. Sometimes it's twice a month. Sometimes it's twice a year. You never know when you just show up to the office one day and they're like, hey, you got to go do a drug test. So they're looking for THC, I think, is the biggest thing, because THC, like weed, is legal across all of Canada. It's just like alcohol, but it's not legal in the US. So in order to drive in the US, I have to follow US law. And if I get into an accident, or even if someone hits me in the US here, first thing all the lawyers are gonna do is send me straight to the doctor, straight to the clinic to get a drug test done. And if they find out, oh, last weekend you went out and had a couple of schmicks, even though it's perfectly legal in Canada, nothing illegal about it. I didn't break any laws. Even though I did that, and it was like a week or two ago, that'll show up in my system. And those lawyers are going to eat me alive. Not just me, they're going to eat the company alive too. So it's not a good thing. So I get drug tested all the time. So I'm going in for this endoscopy, and I don't know what they're going to give me, but apparently I need a driver to drive me home. So Britt's going to drive me home. We'll see how that turns out. Okay, more comments from the video from today that I released called Home Time Hangout. Dennis O'Brien says, now I'm cancer free. Well, that's good news. That's good news for us all to hear in the evening. Dennis is cancer free. That's awesome, man. That's awesome. Joel Belotin says, hey, I've had it done a few times. Best part is the pre-procedure meds they give you. I told them if I could get a gallon, I would make a fortune on the street. I was just talking about that. Here Dennis goes into a little bit more detail. He says he had to have that test because they found cancer in his stomach. That's why he had the endoscopy, and now he's cancer free. Okay, so that's a good thing. I'm glad you're cancer free. Gord235 says, so glad your pregnancy is going well. Thank you. Timmy and Angel TLC, congratulations on being 20 weeks, Miss Britt. You look amazing. Josh, please don't worry about the endoscopy. The risks are minimal, my friend. It needs to be done to keep you healthy and find answers to the problems you're having. I pray they find the answers for you. So everybody's telling me not to worry about it. And I don't like hospitals. I like doctors. I'm very glad we have doctors. I don't like hospitals. I don't like procedures. Like, I'm a healthy guy as far as I know, but they do need to check this to make sure. And it's all covered by our health care, right? So it's not like I got to pay for it out of pocket. It comes out of my taxes at the end of the year. Every Canadian, I owe a thank you to you for chipping in a couple of cents for this, because we all cover that. And you know what? I am very thankful for our healthcare system, though it needs some help. The ERs and our doctors, we're so short on doctors. This is a topic for a different vlog, but we're all gonna get old one day. This is what I say. We're all gonna get old one day. Every single one of us is gonna get old, and we're all gonna end up in the hospital sooner or later for some reason or other. Like, it happens to absolutely every single person. We're all gonna get old. And I'm just glad that when we get old, or if we get diagnosed with cancer, or we suddenly need to go on some meds permanently, if I have a heart attack or something, we don't need to break the bank, and we don't need to file for bankruptcy because of health reasons. Everybody chips in for that. It's not perfect by a long shot, but it's something, right? It's something. Chili Dog, he said, Josh, I just had an endoscopy done on August 14th, the day before I had open heart surgery. Oh my, you've gone through a whole bunch here. I was very nervous, but they gave me a shot that calms you. And then the anesthesia. Piece of cake, brother. Hope your results come back good. Okay, everybody's telling me not to worry about it. It's all going to be good. Everybody here. Rich P said he's also had endoscopies in his life. Had no problems. Didn't feel a thing. And he says that Britt is right, the colonoscopy is the tough one. Oh, that's, we're going to put that one off as long as the doctors will allow me to put that one off. That is, let's not think about that. I mean, that happens to everybody too, right? Okay, Don Myers says, as a nurse, endoscopy is no biggie. You'll be napping and won't even remember it. Nothing to it. Cool. I'm excited for what they're... What kind of meds are they going to give me? I wonder. I'm going to have to ask them how long I have to be off work. I'm pretty sure I can go back to work the next day, but I'll have to double check on that. And I want to make sure I know what it is too, because I'm going to have to talk to work about it, make sure they know what's going on. And then if it's anything, I don't think it would be anything that would be an issue for me, and get a doctor's note of why that would be in my system then, right? So that there's a record of it, so that they know I'm not just, you know, popping pills in a back alley somewhere if something does happen. I'd be very careful, because something like that, if you get a drug charge, or like I said before, if you go to a pot shop in Canada, or a pot cafe, a weed cafe or something, right, and you smoke on the weekend, it's just like having a beer. To Canadians, weed is just like beer. It's same thing. Obviously it's not, but the idea of it is the same, and it's a social thing, or some people do it. But in the U.S., because I drive in the U.S., I have to obey their law, and their law, they view it very differently. It's like a class 1 drug or something like that, on the same level as cocaine. Just like, what? But anyway, they view it differently, right? So I can't partake in that, and I get tested for that all the time, and that's because it's very bad if you were to partake, and then even like 3 weeks later, someone, like, let's say someone hits me. It's wintertime. Someone hits me. It wasn't even my fault. They're going to send me for that test. And if I test positive for just THC from like a bowl that I smoked like 3 weeks ago in a legal fashion in Canada, it doesn't matter. I'm on US soil. I have to follow their law. And if it's in my system and someone hits me, I'm at fault. I'm responsible for all costs. Everything. Lawyers just go to town on me then. So but so I'm going to have to figure out what they actually give me, and then whether or not I need like a medical note with me or something. Like, I'm sure you guys know, I'm sure it's probably nothing. It's probably just like a sedative, right? They just give me some meds and put me to sleep and it'll be fine. I still have to be very careful. I mean, like, I don't want anything that's going to get me in trouble. Thomas Wilson says, why are you running closed rib tires on Old Blue? I don't know. Probably for fuel economy. They were on it when I bought the truck. A lot of you here said on the video today you've all had the endoscopy, and not to worry about it. You guys are all sort of calming my nerves here. I appreciate that in the comment section of today's video. Can I turn my phone sideways? I can, but my video is not going to turn sideways. See? It still stays sideways like that. So I'm on portrait here. I'm sorry. If you're watching on like a bigger screen, I'm sorry. I know there's black bars on both sides of my face. I apologize for that. I just did that in this live because it's just easier to hold my phone this way. But yeah, that's a couple of your comments. I guess I could go into the comments on this video now. 5-year viewer, let me get a shout out. Colton Cavan, how's it going? I think he meant get a shout out. Woo! There's your shout out. Okay. Oh, your comments disappeared. Where'd they go? There they are. When am I going to hug a palm tree next? Wonderbread says. Great question. I wish I could say it's tomorrow, but no, not tomorrow. Dwayne says, my grandma who's 90 has had it done twice in the last year. She had it at St. B both times. Hey, I was born in St. B. Good hospital. She was in for 8 a.m. and I was picking her up by 10 a.m. She was a little drowsy both times. Okay, so that's probably nothing to worry about. Nothing to worry about. Am I avoiding the snow in the central U.S.? No, I'm in it. Minnesota's got some pretty good snow here. Hi from Grunthal. No, but Grunthal. I heard they're getting a zoo. They're building a fence around town. I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding. Old joke. You've heard it before. Old joke. I got some friends in Grunthal too. Some of my family grew up there. Actually, some of Britt's family grew up in Grunthal. Yeah, when Britt was a kid, she spent a lot of time in Grunthal. Have I ever been to Ottawa? Oh, I sure have. I sure have. That is our nation's capital. It's where all the decisions get made, the good and the bad, mostly bad. Where do I live from? Well, I think you mean where do I live? I live in Steinbach, Manitoba, in Canada. Tanner says, hey Josh, you might have already touched on this, but besides just wanting a Kenworth, did anything else sway your decision on a Kenworth over a Peterbilt or any other truck? Good question. I've always wanted a Kenworth because I like the interiors better. But it's a close race between Peterbilt and Kenworth. I would have bought if I found the right 389 or 379, I'd be driving a Peterbilt right now, but I always preferred Kenworths just a little bit. I think the interiors are nicer, in my opinion. I mean, but both are great, Peterbilts and Kenworths. I like them both. I mean, every truck has their strength, except Volvo. But, I mean, every truck has their strength, even Volvo. I said that wrong, sorry. But, I can't even keep a straight face. Try to tell a joke, I can't even keep a straight face. At least a Volvo for a while. I had a bad experience, but there's a lot of people out there who really like them and swear by them, so to each their own. Hey Josh, I'm 21, started as a company driver in New Brunswick, Canada 2 months ago, putting in long days and having a blast. Used your full clock the last few days. Awesome. Right on, man. Wonderbread, how long do you really think the double highway to Ontario area will take? Oh, at least a decade. At least 10 years. It took them 10 years to extend the 59. I don't know if you're familiar with Manitoba or not. Like, I used to drive up and down the 59 from like Niverville to Winnipeg every day to go to school. And the 59 got twinned from the perimeter highway, or just past the floodway. It got twinned like 10 miles. 10 miles, something like that, right? Took them 10 years on flat land. Flat prairie land. It took them 10 years. I know I was in high school at the time, and we had a field trip to the legislature in Winnipeg, and we were talking to our MPs, and I was actually, not the MP, MLA, and I was actually talking to the MLA from Rishot in that area there. And they're like, anybody have any questions? And everybody was asking these lame questions, because, you know, high school students, we don't care about politics. But I had a good question for him. I asked, Mr. MLA, why is this highway taking 10 years to finish? It's only 10 miles and it's flat land. What's taking so long? And he was like dumbfounded. He didn't expect a real question from a high school student. And he's looking at me, and I'm looking at him, and he waits a while, and he's like, well, to be honest with you, we ran out of money. We went over budget. And then obviously, I asked him, well, why did you start a project that you didn't have the money to finish? I never got my answer. He was like, oh, that's just the way it goes sometimes, you know, that's hard to get things done, and things are expensive, and but you go over budget on every single project that you start. Why do you keep starting projects that you don't have the money to finish? Why do you keep going over budget on every single project? They shoot us along. I didn't get to talk to him much longer, but yeah, a real question. Got asked him. I was like, what, 16? Yeah, 16, 17, because I just started driving, right? And I wanted this highway done. Took him over 10 years. So this highway from Ontario to Kenora, at least 10 years. I'm giving Ontario the benefit of the doubt because they have more money than Manitoba. Ontario is a bigger population. Maybe they can get it done in 10 years, but I wouldn't be surprised if it went 15, 20 years. And I wouldn't be surprised if it stopped for several years in between because they keep running out of money and going over budget, because politicians always do that every single time. But yeah, that's my answer to that question. It's going to be a while. The best family channel on YouTube. Thank you. I'm glad you see this as a family channel, because that's what I try to make it. It's well, it's going to have more family stuff coming up because we're having our baby, but I try to keep it family friendly, even though most of it is about trucking and, you know, tying freight down and driving. I don't swear in my videos. First of all, YouTube doesn't like that at all. Second of all, it's not really, it really shrinks your audience, because people can't watch you with your kids with their kids in the background then, if they want to, like, shelter them from that kind of language. And they don't need to learn these bad words from me. They'll learn them somewhere else, but they're not going to learn them from me. That's just the way I see it. I want people to be able to let their kids, like, some people let their kids have, like, a tablet or something and watch YouTube. And I want them to be able to put my videos on the playlist and watch trucking videos without having to worry about what their kid is going to hear or learn from this internet guy. So no dirty jokes. I don't know innuendos. No dirty jokes, no swearing on my channel. It's supposed to be ready for anyone of any age, of anyone. You just you get to the biggest audience that way, right? And I think it's a little better just to have it cleaned up a little bit. I know there's some channels out there, it's just that's all they do. I know, we're truckers, right? So swearing doesn't offend me at all. I mean, I'm a trucker. Probably need to wash my mouth out with soap a couple times a day. But the camera's not rolling all the time. It's what we do. At least on YouTube here, yeah, you don't got to worry with that. You can put my videos on playlist and it should be okay. And every time, sometimes I go a little too far with my jokes, and I've been called out in the comments very quickly then, and then I can go back and edit, and then I just make sure I don't go that far again. But I don't think that's ever happened. Once or twice. I remember once I got called out in the comment section. I felt bad. I had to go and do a urine test, and I was kind of making fun of the fact that, you know, there's people out there whose whole jobs revolve around collecting people's urine. And I was kind of making fun of it, and I was kind of making some immature jokes about it. And I was called out in the comment section saying, hey Josh, that's kind of immature, man. Like, this is a respected field of work. And they had a point. They you know, so I took that down, I took that out, and I didn't make those jokes again. Gladstone, Manitoba. I went through there a couple of weeks ago when I was delivering those big rolls into the field. That was like last week, wasn't it? Before the snow. I went through Gladstone there. I always remember Gladstone because it has that happy rock as you're driving past town. It's a Gladstone. Colton Caven. Your little sister didn't hear your shout out. She didn't hear me. Okay, I'll give you one more shout out. Woo! There's your shout out. Did you hear it? I'm a dork. Jordan B says, I got into trucking because of you. I'm so sorry. 7 years later, it was the best decision of my life. Thanks, man. Awesome. Well, I'm glad you're enjoying it. I love it. I love doing it. I don't know why, but I love it. I couldn't imagine doing anything else. This is all I know, really. I grew up in a family of truckers, and then I married a woman whose dad was also a trucker, and now he's trucking here too. And we're all truckers. And growing up, because my dad was a trucker, most of his friends were also truckers. My best friend, his dad was a trucker. Most of my friends, their dads were truckers. It's just everybody, everywhere I went, it was just trucking. That's all there was. Maybe it was because I focused on it so much, because I've always loved trucks. I always had like model trucks. I always had to line them up all straight on my little car mat. Had to be parked straight. My cars, like my little toy cars, they were pristine. They were in perfect condition my whole life. I always liked it. And then like I got my bicycle, and then I got my dad to build me a hitch for my bicycle. And then I'd like hook up like wagons and strollers and anything I could pull behind me, and I'd pull them around the yard, and I'd pull them down the street. And I was just this big dork my whole life. Surprised I can get this many people to watch me every day. I'm just a big dork. I love trucking. That's one thing I love to do. So I'm glad that I'm able to find something that I can do. Sort of for work. I mean, it is work making videos every day, but I can do the dream job that I've always had, and also share it with you guys at the same time. It's sort of like living the dream all together. I've always liked cameras too. Me and my best friend growing up, we had this big camera, like one of those first generation ones, had the VHS tape that went in it, and you like held it on your shoulder like some kind of like news reporter. We had one of those big ones. You look into the big eye hole, and it's got like a black and white screen. We would take that thing and we'd set it up on a tripod, and we'd make all these goofy videos all the time. I wonder where those are. I think I shouldn't bring this up because I think my mom is hiding them somewhere. I think she has them. They're probably humiliatingly embarrassing. She's saving them for something. Am I doing more OTR? Marlor TV says, I'm doing regional right now, which is sort of like a 1,000-mile radius or so. There's not like a set line where I don't go, but for the most part, yeah, it's about a 1,000-mile radius from home base. I go down as far as Iowa, maybe Nebraska, Montana, maybe Thunder Bay, Ontario, up into northern Manitoba in summertime, not in wintertime again. West to like Calgary, Edmonton. That's sort of the area, but really wherever they need me to go. But I'm usually home on the weekends. 442 Moses. Which other YouTube channels do you watch? That's a good question. Good question. I watch or I listen to a lot of podcasts. I listen to Tim Pool a lot for like political stuff. If I want to keep up with what's going on in the U.S. especially, I like keeping up with what's going on that side of things. Though I don't like going into it deep in on my channel here. My channel's not a political channel, but his channel is. So I get my fix there from him on Timcast IRL. I like watching that. Who else do I watch? Joe Rogan. He's got a good podcast going on, though I don't watch every day. I watch other stuff like videos about like aliens and stuff and ancient civilizations. That stuff interests me a lot. Stuff about space interests me a lot, like different planets and solar systems, and like astronomy has always been super cool in my mind. So I like watching stuff like that. What's another one that I watch all the time? Trucking with Schmidt. I like watching his channels. It's very much like mine. Like my channel, but he has his own theme. He does his own thing, so it's not like we do the exact same thing. But I like his channel because he's very relaxing. He's a really chill dude, and he's got a great attitude. He also keeps his videos clean, and he drives a Kenworth W9 too. Though that's not why I watch his videos, but it's a little extra perk. I like his truck a lot. He's got his dog Opie with him. I think he's doing a really good job telling his story over there, and I enjoy watching him. Maybe I should go through my like subscriptions here. I have my computer right here. Maybe I should just go take a look. When I go to my subscriptions feed, what pops up? Let's go to... How do I even get to my subscription feed? I always just go to home, you know? YouTube. Oh, look, there's my live stream. I wonder if I could watch myself. 235 people watching. Holy smokes. That's pretty good. It's pretty good for me. Oh, you guys ever heard of Count Dankula? He's a Scottish guy. He got arrested for... The way he got famous was he got arrested because he taught his girlfriend's pug to do a Nazi salute, and just as a joke, to make her dog, because she always thought her dog was the cutest dog in the whole world, right? And he wanted to make it do something that was like the most repulsive thing ever, and that's what he could think of was the most repulsive thing ever, and he posted it online as a joke, and the British police arrested him for that, for making that joke, and charged him for that. So that's how he got famous, and now he does like British political commentary and stuff, and he's pretty funny. One of the edgier guys that I watch online. What else do I watch? I just started watching. Well, I don't want to talk about channels that I just started watching because I haven't developed an opinion on them yet. I watch. No, that's not what it was. Sorry guys, I'm just looking through my subscriptions here. I'm looking for, can't think of the name right now. There's this channel called Wendover Productions, makes great videos. Like the last one they made here was how aircraft carriers work, and they explain how like the whole aircraft carrier, like, can I flip you around? Is this possible? Can I flip this? Ah, okay. So like, so this here, right? Like aircraft carriers, how aircraft carriers work, right? And here you got like Tim Cast over there, and Destination Adventure, you know, Mark Dice guy over there. Geographics, that's a fun one to watch. The talks about North Korea's Hotel of Doom. This Mr. Forged one is just one that I subscribed to today, so I don't have really an opinion on it yet. But it's kind of interesting content. It's directed towards men. I don't know if I can recommend it yet or not, because the couple of videos I did watch were very interesting, talking about how your most negative instincts can be used for good, and how everybody has these negative reactions in certain situations that we try to suppress. But he was sort of talking about how they can be used for good, and you can turn negative into good. So that was good. I mean, there's Steven Crowder there. I like watching him every now and then. DW News, sort of keep up with what's going on in Ukraine there. What else do we got? Sorry. Yeah, those are a few of the guys I watch. Oh, Riddle. That was the one I was looking for. Here, this one here. That's it. I watched them. It says, like, look at this one. It's called "If You Detonated a Nuclear Bomb in the Marianas Trench." Like, just fantasy. Like, what would happen? And he talks about stuff like that. It's like, you know, the deep questions that keep you up at night. Like, if we detonated the biggest nuclear bomb in the world in the Marianas Trench, what would happen? And he goes like a deep dive into it. So it's stuff like that that I mostly watch, like unexplained mysteries. There's sort of a theme going to the channels that I watch most often, right? It's sort of like the sci-fi, the ooh, what if, right? What would happen if you drop a bomb in the ocean? Well, I don't know. Let's find out. Like, let's not actually go do it. Let's talk about what might happen. Yeah. Anyways, let's cut some of the channels. You're a fan from Landmark, Barrett Friesen. Been watching the last year and a half, but watched many more of your older videos. Seen your truck around. I gotta say, it looks even better in person. Keep it up. Thanks, man. This truck is very recognizable, I've found. I've never been recognized as much as I have now. I haven't really shown the outside of my truck in the past before, though. This is a newer thing for me. And it's kind of cool, but it definitely keeps you accountable, right? I was talking about people doing dumb things, passing me on the snow. Remember that? It really keeps me accountable, because if I'm impatient, like, first of all, I wouldn't do that. But another reason added on top of all the other reasons of why I wouldn't do that now is people I pass might recognize my truck. Right? So I don't want to do anything stupid. So Keeps me on my toes. Greetings from Brazil. Zero mental health. That's his username. How's it going down there in Brazil? I heard things were kind of all over the place there a little while ago after your last election there. You guys doing okay? Soda Pop, is your dad still driving? He is still driving. Yep. Oh boy, I'm like way behind on your comments here. It was a pleasure meeting you earlier this year at Truck World. Yes, everyone, he's a really nice guy. 442 Mo. Thank you. Thanks. Appreciate that. How was the new mattress that you bought, Philip asked? Great question. It is heaven. It is sleeping on a cloud. I'm going to make a review video because they sent this mattress to me, right? They wanted me to try it out and they wanted me to give them their opinion because they're making mattresses specifically for trucks. And they're basing it off the advice of truckers and what truckers have told them that they want. It's the exact same kind of bed that you would find in your home. I'm going to make a video about it yet. But I really do want to promote this company because I've never slept on a mattress like this in my life. And it's not a paid ad or anything. This is something that I want to do for them. They did send me the mattress to try out, but it's gonna be in the next couple of days. I'm actually excited to share with you what it's like because I'd say it's just as good as the bed we have at home. Mother Trucker, yes, that is one that I watched. Thanks, Oma-san. Can't believe I almost forgot. What's his channel name called? Crazy Asian Mai Show, right? And he does like trucking news and stuff. Yeah, he's a good friend of mine. Yeah, of course I watch his videos. That's a given. That's a given. He's a great guy, really nice guy. I've talked to him on the phone before. He helped me out when I had my channel hacked, and I talked to him after that. I wanted to thank him. And we talked for a little while. Nicest dude you'll ever meet. He just wants to love on everybody around him, and he wants to help everybody. Genuinely wants to help everyone around him. And really great guy. I really hope I get to meet him in person. Dwayne says, watching from Steinbach. Oh, my people. You heard a neat voice leaving Canadian Tire the other day, and I know that voice. Trucker Josh's dad. It's so funny, my dad gets recognized all over the place, more often than I do. Yeah. Do I add any diesel conditioner for the winter months? I haven't in this truck yet. The owner before me says he never has. So before I do add anything to this truck or engine or fuel tanks, I want to talk to the shop that I go to. I go to PBX. They've been working on this truck for a very long time. They know this truck inside and out. So I want to talk to them about what they would recommend. But if the previous driver didn't add anything, the important thing is in wintertime when it gets cold, is fuel your truck on the Canadian side of the border. It's much better conditioned for cold weather than even like diesel number 1 in the States. You can get winter diesel in the States, but if you want to get really good winter diesel, like pure dinosaur bones, you go to Canada. We got the best winter fuel. So only fuel your truck in Canada if possible. And you shouldn't have a problem filling up. Always make sure you go to bed with full tanks of fuel. Never go to bed with like less than half a tank of fuel. Always make sure it's as full as possible. And if it gets down to like minus 30 to minus 50, leave your truck running overnight. Even if you have an automatic shutoff, it should keep it running at that temperature. You want to keep the fuel moving, and that'll keep your fuel from gelling up. Because my tanks, like if you put your hand on my fuel tanks, don't do that please, because you're going to put fingerprints on them. But if you were to, you would feel that my tanks are actually hot, like almost hot to the touch. They're warm because the fuel returning from the engine warms it up. So as long as the engine's running, your fuel is going to stay warm. In these temperatures now, my truck's running right now because I got my computer on here. I had just finished editing my video. I'm going to upload it right now and post it onto Patreon. And then tomorrow I release it on YouTube. And well, that's another thing I wanted to say. I don't like advertising it because I don't want it... it's always down below in my comment section. The videos, as soon as they get uploaded to YouTube, I post them on my Patreon. And those people who do want to help us out there can watch it usually a day early or something. The links are down below in the description of all my videos, but I'll release it tomorrow on YouTube, tomorrow midday sometime. And this one was actually pretty good. Today I went through through a state park. Didn't know I was going through a state park till I was in the state park. That was fun. Twisty, windy, narrow roads is great scenery. What was I talking about though? I'm just looking at this title here right now. I've been seeing this title pop up more and more. They're saying mandatory masks again. Seriously? Ontario and some places in Canada are thinking about bringing back those mandates. Let's not talk about that. That put me in a bad mood. No! Anyway. Diesel conditioner. That's what I was talking about. Yeah, as long as you keep your engine running in the really cold temperatures, your fuel shouldn't gel. But in temperatures like this, like it's 0 degrees, -5 Celsius right now, like right around the freezing point, 25 Fahrenheit or so, I shut the truck off for night. All the way down to about -20. I'll shut the truck off for night. And then I have an engine heater. And I set it on a timer. And 2 hours before I wake up, the engine heater starts, and it starts moving my fluid around, my coolant around the engine, warming it up, and that warms the engine up so that I can start it in the morning. And I also have a Webasto bunk heater in my sleeper here that keeps me warm through the night. So that's how I keep warm. I shut the truck off for night. But once it gets down to about -20 Celsius, I'll probably make a different decision then. We'll see. Maybe idle it for half the night. But below -30, no, the truck stays on. The truck stays on all night. That's, you shut it off then, doesn't matter what you do, you're not going to get it started in the morning. May I ask you something? Absolutely, Cody. I got your email. Ontario is recommending it, but it's not mandatory. Yeah, I know. I've been following that. Let's hope that. What motor is in Old Blue? That's a great question. What motor is in Old Blue? It's a Cummins ISX 475. Hi from Finland. First time you've seen me live. I don't go live that much anymore, but I figured why not? Let's go hang out. A block heater? A block heater works. I do have a block heater, but you got to plug that in. That's what I think of when I hear the word block heater. This is a block heater that I have now, except it's like fueled by diesel fuel. It's just like the Webasto bunk heater, except it heats up my engine instead. So I can shut my truck off overnight and then warm my engine up. It takes about 2 hours. Warm the engine up nicely, and I can start it up in the cold, no problem. Yeah, I've heard that there's a bad flu going around. I heard RSV is really bad in babies right now. Britt and I are being very cautious, especially once our baby is born. We're going to be a little bit strict with who holds them. Absolutely no kissing the baby. I'm not even going to kiss the baby for the first 2 months, because when baby's born, baby doesn't even have an immune system yet. It needs to develop that. And it grew up inside Brit, so their immune systems are in tune. But me being dad, first time holding them, I won't even kiss baby until after 2 months, at least. And whoever holds our baby, we have to be very firm with them. No kissing the baby, no smothering the baby, putting your face to face, nothing like that. You keep your face and your mouth away from the baby. RSV is pretty bad this year in Manitoba anyways. I heard it's across Canada. And that's a respiratory illness, where babies suddenly have a hard time breathing. They could die. They could literally die from it. They don't have an immune system, like for the first 4 months even, but definitely for the first 2 months, very little immune system. And even for that, like 4, 5, 6 month period, like we're going to be pretty strict that nobody kisses the baby. Like at all. You can hold them, but you keep your mouth away from them. Your 10-month-old has RSV right now. Shoot, I'm sorry. Yeah, I've been reading up about it. I didn't even know what that was until recently when Britt brought it to my attention. So we're going to be taking that pretty seriously. Like I'm not going to make people wear masks to hold my baby. I'm just going to ask them, please don't put your mouth near them. That's all. Don't Have I ever been to Ohio? I've been through there many times. Yep. They got that fancy toll road. Hello, Brad. From northern Finland. Have I ever met any Finnish truck drivers in Canada or the US? We have quite the similar climate. I don't know if I've met any actual Finnish drivers, but there's a lot of people in our area that have Finnish heritage, but they're now American or Canadian. Like, I have German heritage, but I'm not German. I'm Canadian. I've never been to Europe. I'm not European. I've never been to Europe in my life. That bugs me when people say, "Oh, you're a European." No, I'm not. I was born here. I've never been to Europe. But there's a lot of people from the Nordic countries in our area. They settled the area. Like North Dakota was settled a lot, was mostly settled by the Nordic, you know, Swedish, Norwegian, Finnish people. So there are a lot of people from there here, down the line, just generations down the line. Do I have a big fan in my shop? No, I don't, but I wish I did. What's going on with me? I've been talking for too long. Oh, 10 months old? Yeah. I would wait probably 2 to 3 months before I kiss my baby, yeah, but 10 months old, they have an immune system built by then. No, this is just common knowledge that, you know, you just, before you touch a baby, you always wash your hands, and you don't kiss newborns. It's a big no-no. You're out in North Dakota. This is your first time driving semi in winter. Any tips? Go slow. Take her slow. Feel the truck beneath you. And if you're feeling uncomfortable, pull off to a safe spot. Everyday videos. Been watching you for about 10 years or so, ever since you lived in that trailer near Winnipeg with the Pontiac. Yeah, that was a long time ago. How cold is it? It's -5 Celsius here right now. So it's in Minnesota. It's about 25 Fahrenheit, I guess, something like that. I need to drink something. Do I have water here somewhere? I am not used to talking so much. This is a lot of talking. How do I open it? There we go. Hey, that's what teeth are for. Very careful not to spill that on my computer. Though I have warranty, if I spill water on my computer, I get a new one. I did get going today, yep. Didn't get very far because of last night. I got stuck in a snowstorm last night again. I've never met Kurt before. Nope. I would like to, though. If I ever had the opportunity, I wouldn't pass it up. He seems like a really good guy. Do I use snow tires? Nope. It's just the same tires that I use year-round. I'm having really bad luck with snowstorms, yes. Very bad luck. How far did I get today? About 275 kilometers. Because last night I only shut down at 1:30 in the morning because I went through a snowstorm again. And then I couldn't get moving till, what, 11:30 or something? Is that right? Did I get that right? Anyways, I got going late, so I got unloaded late. So I was only unloaded at like 1:30, 2 o'clock. No, 1:30 I got unloaded and I drove off. And I called my shipper of my next load, which was only 250 kilometers away or whatever, 2.5 hours away. But they shut down at 2 o'clock. So I drove to my shipper. I'm sitting right outside their gate right now, ready to load in the morning. But they left here at 2 o'clock, and I got here at 4. So, yeah, kind of a waste of a day. So I could have gotten unloaded first thing in the morning, been loaded here, and been on my way home right now. Hello from Nova Scotia. Howdy. Due to internet safety, I don't give my exact location. I'm not trying to be rude. I don't give my exact location where I'm at. How does my bunk heater work? Works very well. Very well. I barely have to turn it on and it keeps me warm, but I like it to be kind of cool at night. It can like get it roasting in here, like just cooking. Have I put up Christmas lights yet? Nope, that is a project for this coming weekend. I plan to do that this weekend. Have I ever been to Missouri? I sure have. We used to, well, we still do, but I used to pick up steel in St. Joseph, Missouri all the time. Your Dodge Charger has a block heater and you can plug your car in. And how long do I keep it plugged in? You only need to plug it in a couple of hours before you want to go. So if it's minus 30, minus 20 outside, you only need to plug it in a couple of hours before you want to go. But sometimes you don't want to wake up 2 hours before you need to go. You can get a timer plug then. Canadian Tire has them. You plug it in and you set a timer, and say you got to leave for work at 7 in the morning. You can set that timer to start, like to turn on at 5 a.m. So your block heater will turn on at 5 a.m. and by the time you get up and want to leave, your engine's warm enough to start. Blade Runner, the bed is doing great. Yeah, I'm going to make a video on it soon. Big Den. That's okay. You don't need to wait for the story all the time. I'm live now. Live now. I just on the internet, especially live, I don't give my exact location away. I'm not trying to avoid that question. I'm not trying to be rude. I'm not ignoring you. That's just something that I've always kept private since the very beginning. Because all of you guys are great people. I'm not worried about you guys. It's the one out there that's just nuts. And I don't know who that is, right? There's always one. It's crazy. And you never know, right? You never know. Just in case. Do you get paid for all this time you spend just sitting? Sometimes. Like I got a layover when I was up north. I got stranded there. I got a layover for that. But this time sitting here, no. I get a percentage of every load I pull. And that percentage is also under contract. So I can't go into that. I think we all make the same. But we're still not supposed to talk about it. Because it's between us and them. But they take a small percentage off of it and then I get the rest. So the majority of the rate goes to me. That'll pay for the maintenance of the truck, that'll pay for the fuel, that'll pay my wage. And they shave a little bit off the top because they got to keep the lights on at the office as well. And they are the ones doing the work and taking on all the headaches, talking to the brokers and talking to the shippers, receivers. I don't have any headaches. I'm contracted to them, so they take care of all those headaches. They take a little cut off the top, and I'm fine with that. Because those headaches are a nuisance when you got to deal with brokers yourself. I've never had to do that, but I've heard. I think Kurt has his own running rights, right? Trucking with Schmidt. I think that he runs his own truck and lines up his own loads. I think. Maybe he can correct me if I'm wrong. But he talks about it sometimes. It's a headache dealing with some brokers and stuff sometimes. So they take care of all of that. All I do is there's a computer at the front of my truck over here. That right there. It goes ding, and my load pops up. It'll show me where to go to pick it up. It'll show me where it's going, when it needs to be there, any other information that I need, the trip number and BOL number and pickup number, all that stuff. And I go pick it up, and then I let them know, hey, I got it. And then I go and deliver it, and then I let them know, hey, I delivered it, and then bing, another load pops up in there. And then sometimes I don't even need to talk to them. I don't even talk to them really. I usually call in anyways because I like them. Our dispatchers are great, and I like actually having that conversation with them, so that we don't get out of touch. And I like talking to them. Usually they'll let me know over the phone what they got, and if I don't want the load, I don't have to take the load. There's no forced dispatch. But for the most part, I don't turn down loads if I don't have to. I don't want to be the guy that's hard to please. They take good care of me. Sometimes I gotta take a cheap load, but it gets me to a place where I can pick up a good paying load. Sometimes, you know, I get the short end of the stick. Other times, you know, I rake it in while someone else is getting the short stick. So they try their best to make it as fair as possible, because there's a whole bunch of us guys on regional crew here. We have, I don't know, over 100 trucks in general, and like the whole thing. And I think there's got to be close to like 25 of us regional guys. Am I right? I don't know. There's a bunch of us, you know. And when I talk to them, they say, you know, they have 2 customers to please during the day. They have the shipper, receiver, they have the customer to please, and they have the driver to please. So they gotta balance us both, because we gotta be happy and customers gotta be happy. But I'm an owner-operator, so that's contracted, so that means I own my truck, I own my business, and they hire my business to pull their freight. So I don't have to go searching for my own freight. They do that for me. Buckman 840 said, do you have the option to pass on loads? Yes. Yeah, no forced dispatch here. But like I just finished saying, I don't pass up many loads. I want to be the reliable guy that when they need something done, I'll get it done for them. But at the same time, I've made it clear to them in the past that I don't work for free. And I don't want to work for cheap. So they know that. And I don't have to remind them of that. They're really good. They've been treating me very well. I have no complaints whatsoever. They take good care of me. So whatever load they have, I take it. Though I did make a special note, I don't want to go back to northern Manitoba till summertime. And I don't want to do ice roads. That's something I don't do. Our company, we do ice roads. I'm not taking Old Blue up on the winter roads. I'm sorry, my truck's not going up there. If you really need me to do it, I'll do it. But they're going to have to give me one of their trucks to do it in, because they're very rough roads up there. I'm not taking Old Blue up there. Like, I won't leave them hanging. I'm going to help them out the best I can, but I'm not taking my business up there. These things are expensive to fix. Would you recommend buying your own truck? If this is a job that you really love, then yes. But just take your time on it. Be careful. Buy the truck that you want, because every truck's going to give you problems. Every truck's going to be a headache. There's not one perfect truck out there that's never going to break down. They're all going to have problems. So make sure that it's a truck that when you do need to spend a lot of money into fixing it, that you actually still like it when you get it back. You see, when I had my Volvo, I didn't like that truck. And I was spending money and spending money and spending money, engine light after engine light after engine light after engine light after engine light, and it just kept going. Sensor after sensor after sensor, and I was spending thousands and thousands of dollars into a truck I didn't even like to drive. I hated it. So it's very discouraging. So now that I'm in Old Blue, it's a little bit different. It's a lot different. Not only is it the Kenworth W900 right off the bat, it's the truck I've always wanted, and I really like this truck. I like the interior, I like the exterior, I like the way it looks, I like the way it runs. When it breaks down, I'll fix it because I love it. So yeah, make sure it's a truck that you like and that you actually want to drive. Don't just buy any truck. Don't just go and buy the one you can afford or the cheapest one. Obviously you have to be able to afford it, but you know what I mean. Don't just buy the cheapest one that pops up right away. Wait till it's like the one that because they're all going to be a headache. You know, my Volvo was a big headache. This truck, as much as I knock on wood, it'll have problems. It's going to have problems eventually. And it's not always easy. But find out what kind of truck you want. Like I preferred the older trucks myself. This is a 2008. I was kind of looking for a 2007 actually, but this one came up, and it was absolutely everything that I wanted. The previous owner was like a 5-star driver. He took care of absolutely everything on the truck. He maintained it, kept it mint. He had all the records on it. He showed me all the records on it, all the maintenance records, everything. He was honest about absolutely everything. Sometimes you worry about buying a used vehicle. Very often you're just buying someone else's headache. That's what you're doing. But this truck was an honest sale. I was very happy. I'm very happy with it, and very happy to find out the guy was an honest man, and he just wanted to get into something a little different. And I got very lucky. Jamie O says, you now have a hood. Yes. Yes, and I have to pay the hood tax, which is about 1 mile per gallon in fuel economy. That's okay. It's because I chose it. It's not being forced on me. RG Supremes just watched a video today from 8 years ago in my Century, and you said you wanted a brand new Volvo. I know. Yeah. I did. I used to want one, and then I got one. Man, changes. I also always wanted, when I wanted a Kenworth W900, I always wanted a studio sleeper. Talking about trucking with Schmidt again, Kurt has a studio sleeper. It's a big sleeper, bed folds into a couch, right? And it's got like the higher ceiling. That was the truck that I always wanted, and that sort of changed in me too, because once I met my wife, I got married. We're having a baby soon. I don't want to be going too far out there over the road all the time. I want to stay closer to home. A regional position became available if I could get a truck, and I found this truck, and this sleeper works well for regional. It's just me in here. I mean, it's a nice little bed. It's cozy. I like it. It's it works just perfect for me. Do you run heated LED lights? They are LED dims. I still have the incandescent high beams. I have to change them to LED yet. The LED low beams are not heated. No. But my new ones, whenever I do replace them, they will be heated. What would be my second favorite truck? Peterbilt 379 or 389. Doesn't matter, either one. I love those trucks. Pitt Patterson says, I'm watching your channel to practice my English. Thank you for your videos. Well, I may not speak perfect the perfect King's English, but I speak Manitoba English. Oh boy, my hand is getting sore here. Am I gonna put giant stacks on my truck? I'm gonna put bigger ones on. Yeah, bigger ones. I don't like these little stubbies, I call them. They're a little short. They serve a good purpose though. It keeps the truck very low. I can get under lower bridges and stuff. But eventually, I believe they're 8-inch extensions. I want to get 8-inch extensions that are just a little bit longer than this, and either flat top or those little, do they call them like the little donkey ears? Like, what do they call them? Like, not rabbit ears, because rabbit ears go up and then like whoop this way, right? I want the ones that go like whoop and then just a little dook at the top, just a little. Not the big ones, just the little ones. Maybe. I got a big visor coming for the truck too, so it all depends on what'll look best with the visor. It's a drop center visor, so that'll look pretty cool once that's on. Have I ever driven on the ice roads? I have driven on ice roads, yep. I did last winter. Chris says he loves my head cam view. That is my favorite view as well. Anthony says, you and Kurt would be great friends. Both goofy. I think so too. You know, he seems like he would be a good friend. He drives a motorcycle too. He's got a nicer one than me, a bigger one. I watched his videos when he went to Sturgis this past year. I was kind of jealous. It would have been cool to go there. I've just got a little V-Star 650, so it's does the trick, but it's it could be upgraded. But it's something. It gets me riding. I like it. It's in very good shape and it's loud. That makes me happy. Sefin says that old blue cab is huge compared to what we have in Europe. Yeah, I know. Yeah, I don't know how you guys live in those tiny little trucks. This is a tiny truck to me. Oh, to us here in North America. As a nurse, Don says, I can promise you, you won't even remember the endoscopy. Stay healthy for the... Awesome. I saw your comment on my last video as well. I appreciate you easing my anxiety a little bit on that endoscopy I got coming up there. RG Springs, I ran a new Cascadia at Air Motor, all 10-speed manual there. Beats an auto shift though. Ouch. It does beat an auto shift, but 10-speed, that's tough in the hills. That's tough in the hills. I always wanted at least 13-speed if I'm going into the big hills, but hey, I'll take it. Do I still talk to Jade and John? Well, it's none of my business really to disclose it because they're private people, but they're not together anymore. They've been divorced for quite a while and remarried. So it's been a long time. But yeah, I do keep in contact with them. I do. Shout out from Alberta. Woo! Love Alberta. I wish all of Canada could be like Alberta. Just the whole country. Wouldn't that be awesome? Man, we'd be just doing great. Does Canada require chain-up laws in winter like here in the States? Yes, in British Columbia, you have to carry chains, I think from October to April, something like that. I don't go to BC much though, but I do have chains on me, just in case. Big Dan says, I noticed you using the Jake brakes in the snow while driving. Just when I'm fully loaded. Yeah, a little bit I do, yeah. Not when I'm empty though. You gotta be careful with that too. I get what you're saying though. I get why you asked the question. I remember when you and Allie Knight were the biggest trucking YouTubers back in the day. Yeah, a long time ago. I came in here and started making vlogs shortly after some other people have. I mean, like Pale Rider TV, he's been making videos longer than me. There was people making videos on trucking before me. But I started doing every day. I think I was the first one to start doing daily vlogs driving. I think. And it took off. It really did. You know, we got a couple of articles in Overdrive magazine on what I was doing. And a couple of other articles we got on Global TV in Canada here in Winnipeg. CBC did an article on me. I think Today's Trucking did. What other magazine? What's that magazine that's free, that's in every truck stop? We got in that one a few times. And that's helped sort of snowball the channel, got it rolling. And yeah, I've got 117, how many subscribers do we got now? Now this number doesn't really mean anything because not everybody watches. 117,000 subscribers. I think I'm at 117,800 or something like that. We're gonna hit 118 in the next couple of days. And it looks like a big number. Those are all organic subscribers. I've never ever paid for subscribers or anything ridiculous like that. That is 118,000 people that have clicked a button that said, yes, I want to follow this weird dork, Trucker Josh Vlogs. We got our channel verified here on YouTube recently. You got that little check mark there. But not everybody watches. So over the years, I've gathered people that have clicked that button. But we're averaging... In summertime, it gets slow. I've noticed this, doing this like 10, 11 years. Summertime is slow season on YouTube. Averaging maybe like 8 to 10,000 views per video, approximately. But as soon as the snow falls, you guys love to watch me in misery. Because as soon as the snow falls, we're getting an average of almost 20,000, like 15,000 maybe? Let's look at our videos here, what the last couple of views have been on the videos. Like they're through the roof. Every winter this happens. Every winter. As soon as there's a snowfall, that's why almost every title I have on my channel is like something about the snow, right? And this year's been great for views because I keep getting stuck in snowstorms. I don't even have to talk much about it. I just have to show you what's going on. And people are like, oh, look at that. And they all want to watch. So it started when I was stranded up north. Or out to sea in remote deliveries when I went up north. That I knew would catch quite a few eyes because that's something different. That's going on a ferry, on the water. I knew that would get a couple more views than normal. We got 13,000 on the first one when we left. 18,000 on the one where it's called Out to Sea. Here, I can show you this. This is what I'm looking at here right now. Let's get my water out of the way so I don't spill it on myself. As we got like Out to Sea had 18,000 views. The next one, Stranded Up North, was a really good one. 50,000 on that one. That's awesome. I wish every video could get that much. That is awesome. The next one there, Finally Free. Britt helped me pick that thumbnail. That's my favorite thumbnail of all time that I've ever put on here. Love that picture. It got 27,000. It's pretty good. And then the next vlog was kind of a little more boring because it wasn't like being stranded or like on a boat or anything. Oh, we just had a wide load to Minot, and what does that say? 16, 14, 14. And then we go up here to the next one. Yeah, there wasn't anything really big happening in this day, like showing you how was it unloaded. You got 12. Out with the old, I was getting a new mattress, 15. Rolling that off, I tried to make that interesting. So I try to make my thumbnails of the most interesting part of my day something that I think will be unique. Like, not everybody unloads those rolls like that, so I thought that would be a good thumbnail. Here I was parked in the middle of a field. I thought that would be kind of cool, off-road delivery. Didn't catch as many eyeballs as I thought it might, but that's okay. That one was fun because that's where I had to like make them roll off the back. That was a fun one. You know, and then bobtailing, and then as soon as the snow is here, then you guys are all interested again, right? 19,000 snowed in again. 19,000 right away. But so doing this long enough, I can sort of figure what's going to catch the most eyeballs. But like you saw that I had one that was 50,000, and the rest in the last week or so have been averaging between 10 to 15,000 or so, and that's with almost 118,000 subscribers. So just because you see that big number on a channel, that subscription number doesn't really mean anything. It matters. It does matter, especially to like advertisers who would see that, I guess. That's how many eyes will get reached. So when I release a video and my thumbnail gets pushed out to everybody's subscription feeds, 118,000 subscription feeds are going to have my thumbnail in there. Now it's up to me to figure out a way to get 118,000 people to click that thumbnail. Someone knocking on my door? No? Thought I heard a knock. Yes, it's up to me to try to figure out how to get 118,000 people to click a video. And most of these people have hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of videos to go through. So what's going to be a thumbnail that's going to grab their eye? What's going to be a title that's going to grab their eye? What's going to pique their interest? And not everything, not every day is an exciting day. I'm a normal guy, I don't try to like, it's not an act. I don't try to find action to film. If it comes along, that's great. But if not, some days are just boring days. And I gotta try to figure out a way, like, okay, this day had nothing big going on in it. What kind of thumbnail can I make, and what kind of title can I put on there that'll make as many people as possible want to click it and want to watch it? So yeah, there's 118,000 subscribers, but they don't all watch. But they do all get my videos sent to them. So I'm chasing after all you guys not watching my videos. I know you're seeing my thumbnails. What do I gotta do to get you to click on them? Tell me. What do you want? What do I gotta do? Put a squirrel in the thumbnail. I could try that. I mean, I've tried pretty much everything else. What are, Don Meyer says, what most views? So which video got the most views on my channel? I think I have this. I think I have this info for you. Most popular video. Oh, where would this be? I forget how to find this on my page now. We're on my page here. See, we're live. It shows me that I'm live here right now. I wonder what would happen if I'd click on that. I get an ad. Crazy YouTubers and your ads. Hey, someone said put a squirrel on your screen. That's weird. That's weird. We get an ad about squirrels right after you told me to put a squirrel on the screen. Another ad. Are you kidding me? These YouTubers. And I can't even skip it. It's lame. I gotta watch an ad to watch my own video. Friday. Cool. Okay, so let's see. Can I see myself? It's supposed to be loading up this live stream right now. Oh, look, I can see your comments coming in over here now. That's pretty cool. Maybe my internet's not the best here. I can't load up my live stream. Anyways, I'm not gonna waste time on this. Thought that would have been funny. Weird though, right? That you said put a squirrel on the screen and a squirrel shows up right away. That is weird. Okay, now for my most viewed video, how do I find that out? Videos, live, store, about. Hey, I have a store. If you guys want to buy a Trucker Josh shirt, there's a just in time for Christmas. Hey. Where would I go to find that? I'll have to get back to you on that. I think it's like 400,000 views on a video. But I don't have those regularly. Though that would be pretty cool. That would be super cool. Welcome to my life. People are telling me to look for Welcome to my life. Is that on my channel? About videos. What is my most popular? Here we go. Found it. There it is. You guys are right. So I went to popular. Welcome to my life is my most popular one. It's got 582,000 views. I made it 8 years ago. This is the overnight one that I made last year in the snow again. One of the big first snowfalls we had. You guys love to watch me suffer. So we got 393,000 on that. And then this was a 2013 Peterbilt I was driving. It was brand new at the time. That was 9 years ago. Let's see this. 9 years. It's going to show me an ad.
Alright, hello guys. I am Trucker Josh. I'm a daily vlogger. I'm over the road.
What was that? You see Diesel there? Look at this.
Alright, hello guys. I am Trucker Josh. I'm a daily vlogger.
I forgot about that.
From Canada, but I drive
Look at
all
that.
across the United States. Try to drive the States more because they've got more services.
Who is that kid?
Better truck stops going on.
Look at all that hair.
My trusty navigator.
It moved to my face.
Say hello.
That was Diesel. 9 years ago.
Anyways, that's enough for introductions. I am going to inside tour.
Hey Diesel! That's enough for introductions. Yeah, it's like me. Get this ad out of here. Stupid ads.
I'm in Winnipeg right now, and I'm going to be unloading in the morning, so it's dark. So I have every light on in here. Hopefully it's bright enough for you guys to see.
We can see, Trucker Josh. We can see.
The fridge.
That's a
I
fridge.
like that the fridge is mounted up here.
Yeah.
Because when I open it, it's right. I can see right into
Look
it.
at that, look at that terrible selection of food I had.
All my junk food.
You can tell I wasn't married yet. Hungry man's.
A little freezer part up there yet. Really nice having that there. If that's not enough space, which it isn't, I have my cooler down here as well.
Oh, would you look at that? That'd be cool. What's in there? More junk.
Keep that cool.
Look at that.
Power cooler. The great thing about this truck is that it has power sockets for like everywhere, absolutely everywhere. It's fantastic. So this.
Anyways, you guys can go watch this video if you want to on my channel.
Back there.
Yeah. Look at me now. Don't I look different?
Dark. I'll show you.
Yeah. That was 9 years ago. Oh yeah, good times, good times. People like watching that one. Cool. Look up the Hensley Show if you like drama. I'll have to look that up. I see your comment there. If you like drama. You love the map with the mileage. Yeah, that's a little app that I found. It takes me a little while to put that together because I actually have to make the little car follow the road and like make it follow. Otherwise, it just goes on like a straight like airplane line to the next town. That takes some extra time, but I think it's worth it. I really like it. It gives you a real good view of where I'm at and where I'm driving. Mark Varr says, I just watched the one where he blew the steer tire on that truck way back in the day. I remember that. That was also that same Peterbilt, 2013 Peterbilt, I believe. And my steer tire blew out. Yep, I remember that. How did you like pulling van trailers? Would you ever make the switch to van? I don't think I would now. Not with this truck that I have now. This truck is not built for vans. I could barely get over 4 miles per gallon pulling a van trailer because it's like a big parachute behind my truck. And I'm not putting one of those goofy scoops on top of my truck just to make it aerodynamic. This truck is a deck truck. It's built for pulling flatbeds. And I enjoy pulling flatbeds as well too. So I have nothing against van. I really like how easy it is and how you just swing the doors and that's it. And you go. I did that for 6 years here. It was a lot of fun. So I wouldn't say I wouldn't ever do it again. With this truck, I'd have to do something about my fuel economy because I'd have a hard time making any money because it's like I can average between 6 and 7 miles per gallon in this truck pulling my flatbeds. Pulling an empty van behind me, I'm getting like 4 miles per gallon, just an empty van. And you put freight in it yet. It's I don't want a big scoop on top of my truck. I think that would look goofy. But it was nice. Pulling vans was nice. Josh, where did Britt get her backpack purse from? The skeleton one. We got that off Amazon, I believe. It's a Disney one. A Disney mini backpack. We were actually hoping to go to Disney World this year. Before we knew for sure that she had gotten pregnant. And now she's pregnant, we didn't want to take the risk of traveling. And we also didn't have the money now to go to Disney World. Very expensive. Very expensive. And we have to leave our dogs somewhere too, right? And every Disney resort that is pet friendly, they advertise it, right? Like, ooh, pet friendly, bring your pets with you. Yeah, they have to be like dogs under 15 pounds. You're like, that's not a dog. What kind of dog is under 15 pounds? I'll show you a dog. I got a dog. You tell me you're dog friendly, I'm gonna bring Chevy. Okay? No, because we can't bring our dogs, so we gotta find a place to bring our dogs, or leave them or something. Can we still send you intros? Yes, I would love to receive more intros from you guys. You can send them to at my Gmail, truckerjoshvlogs@gmail.com. You can send me your intros. You can make it personal, whatever you want to say. Just launch off the vlog for me. Just say something like, hey, this is who I am, this is where I'm from, whatever you want to say. If you have a YouTube channel that you want to promote, go ahead, as long as it's family friendly. That's all I would ask. But yeah, I love including those intros. I ran out of intros to use. I've been reusing some of them now and then. Was that an intro right there already? Oh no. I thought someone sent me one already. I'm like, wow, you guys are quick. Did I miss a super chat here? I'm seeing that I got one, but I didn't see it come in. It must be on the way down. Maybe it's further down. What? That's what happens if I'm not always paying attention. I will find you. I wonder if I can go like... Ah, there we go. I can just go to Super Chats. There we go. Wait, what? Live chat, Super Chat member, and Super Chat messages. I don't know what's going on. Sorry, I got distracted there. You sent your intro twice. I'm sorry. Shoot. I haven't not aired one purposely. That would have been an honest mistake. I'm sorry. I don't even know. It's probably in my file here with all the other intros. Would you mind sending it a third time? I'm sorry to ask that. You shouldn't have to do that. Did I respond? Because if I get it, I will definitely say, thank you, I got it. Something just so that you know I got it. But if I don't respond, I didn't get it. But if I got it, and I said to you that I got it, and I still didn't air it, I am sorry. I messed up somewhere then. But yeah, if you guys want to send intros, I got a whole bunch of them here. Like, look at this. This is my file with all your intros. This is your old intros. These are all intros from you guys. I sort of rotate through them. And then intros from this year, 2022, I started separating them. These are the ones that got sent to me this year, 2022. So, do you see yours in there anywhere? Those are all the intros I got. Oh, TN Ballistics. Hey Josh, cool getting to chat with you live twice in one day. Thank you very much for that. Absolutely. Sorry, I'm pointing you the wrong way. There you go. Now you can see my face. Thank you very much for that. I'd like to do more live streams. I like doing live streams. Did you ever know Allie Knight? Yeah, we were friends. Oh, it was a long time ago. Long time ago. I don't know where she is or what she's doing now. I haven't talked to her in 10 years, something like that, but I wish her all the best. Sort of lost contact. Is it bad that I enjoy your videos in the snow the most? No, it's not bad at all. It's actually very good for me because I'm in a lot of snow right now. So that means that you'll want to watch them. So at least something good comes out of me having to deal with all this snow all the time. At least you guys like to watch the videos a little bit more. Have I been? Yes, I've been to Rosetown. I actually, that's in Saskatchewan, right? I got one of my drive tires fixed there a couple of months ago at their tire shop. You never answer, but I'll send it again. Okay, if I didn't answer, I'm talking to Odaf Wolf here. For your intro, if I didn't answer, I didn't get it. If I get it before I aired, I will definitely say thank you or say that I got it, just so that you verify, so that you're verified that you know that I got it. Go to truckerjoshvlogs@gmail.com. That's my email address. If the file is too big to send through email, you can't send very big files through email. You can use a file sharing app like Dropbox, or I think iPhone has their own file sharing app as well. There's a bunch of different ones where you can just send a link and then I can go there and grab the video, download it from there. That works too. I personally use Dropbox a lot, so if you upload it to Dropbox and you can get a link and you just email me the link and then I can get it that way. It's a little bit of a roundabout way, but I don't know any better way of sending large files through email. I should make a Discord channel. I've heard of those before. What are those? Is that like a chat room? Hannah says her dad's truck just got backed into in Georgia. Brand new truck, his passenger mirror got tick off. Oh man. So he just got a new truck and he stopped at a Flying J in Georgia. Someone backed into his truck. That terrifies me, you know, because the deductible alone on my truck is $5,000. So if someone backs into my truck and like busts off my hood or my fender, it's probably about a $10,000, $15,000 repair right there. The first $5,000 is mine, unless if I can prove who did it. That's why I have my dash camera, and then we go chasing after them with lawyers so that they pay that $5,000. That's why we have dash cameras all around the trucks, because if you don't have that and you can't prove who hit you, that's your deductible. And it's not like on a car where your deductible is like what, 200, 500 bucks or whatever. No, it's a $5,000 deductible. And it's a very serious thing when you back into somebody. It's not just a fender bender. It's a big incident and big money right away. So there's that. Get a dash camera. Always have a dash camera running all the time. If anybody touches your truck, you need to be able to prove who it was. Who was that? Because you're gonna send your lawyers after them if they touch it. If they touch it too hard. If they break anything. And that's why I'm scared to park in truck stop parking lots. I try to avoid them. I'm lucky because in my region it's the prairies and the open like Midwest of the US, so usually there's tons of parking. But parking in tight parking lots, I'll avoid it. I got a big hood in front of me. I don't want anybody ripping that off and then taking off running and risking like not getting the right information off my dash camera or something. Like what if I didn't get their unit number or something? then that's my deductible. Not only is it a $5,000 deductible, I'm also losing like what, hundreds of dollars a day just having this truck sit, because now it's got to go and wait for parts to get fixed. It could take months to get the truck back on the road, and you're losing tens of thousands of dollars then, just because someone had a fender bender at a truck stop. Tens of thousands of dollars right away. Am I making more money now as an owner-operator? Yes, I am. The Hensley So would love to interview on my channel someday. I'm not family friendly, but I'm a trucker and trucker friendly. That's okay. Non-family friendly stuff doesn't bother me at all. That's just my channel here that I've decided to do that. But I'm a trucker just like you two. I need to wash my mouth out with soap every day. Yeah, maybe the interview would be fun. What dash camera do I recommend? People ask me that all the time. I don't really know. I have like a no-name brand one. It seems to work. Where is it? I have this. I know it's backwards because it's inverted, but R25 Kaiser Bass. Let me guess, it's probably made in China. I don't know where. Oh. Made in China. Of course it is. Made in China. What's not made in China? Yeah, but find a good dash camera. When you do get a dash camera, get a good one that has good low light quality, that records good high definition video at night. That's the most important thing. A lot of good brands out there. Can we get another woo? Oh, I caught you off guard with that one, didn't I? Ha! Rest in peace, earphones. I should have warned you. Hopefully you're not wearing headphones. Howdy from Texas. Yeah, almost everything's made in China. Well, our world has kind of got itself addicted to getting China to make everything for us. A lot of these things we could make ourselves, but it would cost more money. You know, and we sort of abolished all of that free labor for good reason. But these same evil people have instead just taken advantage of super cheap and free labor in other countries instead, which is, I think, disgusting. And that's a topic for a whole nother day. You know, these big corporations, you know, it's too much money to make, because you got to pay your workers here in North America. You got to pay them. We don't want to pay our workers. No, we'll have it made in China by like some kind of, you know, these 10-cent an hour children. They'll make our stuff for us. Yes, we'll ship our manufacturing over there. Yeah, we don't have to pay our workers there. These evil corporate people. It's not something I'm gonna fix, but I can definitely see what's going on there. But anyways, yeah, I'm gonna log off here. What's the time? Yeah, I gotta go to bed. Gotta be up in the morning. So thanks for hanging out with me all this time, an hour and a half. Wow. Wow. Good night, everybody. Thanks for all your questions. I'm sorry if I didn't get to all your comments. I will talk to you again real soon. My video will be released tomorrow midday sometime, probably around like noon or something, Central Time. So keep your eyes open in your feed, turn your notifications on, and there's a pretty good scenery going through the state park in Minnesota. I'll see you then.